All right. So they want us to find all of these function values. All right. Let's do it then. I'm inviting the last student back because this is kind of like what we were doing then. So I figured she might want to come back and watch.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
Yeah.
No. All right. So this is, let me find the Jamboard that I'm working on right now. All right. So we're gonna do f times g of x. So we're gonna take f of x. Whoops, that's 2x cubed minus 5x squared, and we're going to multiply it by g of x, 2x minus 1. And when we do that, we're going to make sure every term in one touches every term in the other. And we're going to add like terms and be done. So first this and this, that gives me 4x to the fourth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that 2x and 5x squared is going to give me negative 10x to the what? That and that multiplied together give me negative 10x to the
squared.
Nope. That's why I'm asking you, because I know that's something that you were struggling with earlier. This
Yeah,
and this, what's x squared times x?
X squared.
Nope. X squared times x is like this. Here, let me show you up here so you can see it better. X squared times x, that means I have x times x, because that's x squared, times another x. So what is that?
Oh, x cubed.
Yes. Do I know you or what? I know you. All right. So how about this? What's negative 1 times 2x cubed?
2x cubed.
Negative 2x cubed. Yep. And what's negative 1 times negative 5x squared?
Positive 5x squared.
Perfect. Now, what are my like terms?
The cubed and the squared.
No, the cubeds are my like terms. I don't have any square, right?
I accidentally wrote something else on my worksheet. Okay, there we go.
So this is 4x to the fourth minus, what's negative 10x cubed minus 2x cubed?
Negative 12x cubed.
Good. Plus 5x squared. There's your answer.
Nice.
Okay. For number 15, we have g of a over h of a. So it's going to be negative 3a squared minus a all over negative 2a minus 4. And now we're going to have to be careful with this because, oh, actually, I think that's pretty much all we have to do. I don't see what the directions say. What do they want us to do?
This is just, I think, evaluate all the, it literally just says perform the indicated operation.
Okay, so there's no values that I'm going to find here, right? Because they're not plugging in values. So what I would do for this one is, actually what I would do is factor out a negative. I would factor out a negative a out of the top, and that would leave me with 3a plus 1. And then I would factor a negative 2 out of the bottom, and that would leave me with a plus 2. And the only reason I would want to do that, well, first of all, because it looks better to have them factored like that. But now what can I cancel out?
The 3a and the a.
No, those won't cancel out because these are inside. These are terms inside factors. So
Oh,
that
you can
that
get rid of the negative, right?
yes, exactly. I want to get rid of the negative because isn't it so much nicer to look at it as a positive?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would just cancel out that negative,
Okay.
and that would be my answer. It's a much nicer looking answer. So for number 17, same kind of deal. It's just a fraction. So I'm going to go 3a all over negative a cubed minus 3. And that's actually it, because there's nothing I can really do in terms of canceling. I guess I can clean it up a little bit. I can take it and call it 3a over negative a cubed plus 3. And then I would take this negative right here, and instead of having it on the bottom, I'd put it up at the top. So that actually does look a little bit nicer, if you ask me. So negative 3a over a cubed plus 3. That looks nicer to me. This isn't wrong. The first thing I wrote isn't wrong, but this looks a little bit nicer and cleaner. And it's the same thing.
Okay.
And those a's can't cancel out. You understand why, right?
Yeah, because one of them is cubed and one of them isn't.
That's not why.
That's not why?
No.
Bro.
It's because this isn't a factor of the bottom. This is not a factor of the entire bottom.
Oh,
This is a term in the bottom.
okay.
So we need more work on that concept. Let's do some work over on the side here. If I had x over x cubed, could anything cancel out there?
I have no idea.
The answer is yes, because what this really is x over x times x times x. And so you can take one of the x's and say, see ya, right? You could take one of the x's and kind of put them over by themselves and put the other ones over here, and that's gone. So this is just 1 over x squared. But this here, x over x cubed plus 1, that I can't do that to.
Yeah.
Because this is it's not a factor of the entire denominator. So I can't like pull it away like this. I can't like separate it away and just be like, hey, see you guys.
Okay.
I'm going to cancel you guys out. These can't cancel out because this is not a factor of the entire denominator. The only time it can cancel is if it's a factor of the entire denominator and numerator.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 14, it says find h minus g of n. So for this, you just have to be really careful. And when you're writing them out, put parentheses around the one that you're subtracting. So minus, I'm subtracting g of n, which is 3n plus 4. Because now what do I have to do with that negative?
You have to distribute it.
So when I distribute it in, that becomes a negative and that becomes a negative. So now I get 1n plus 1.
Okay.
Right? Got it?
Yes.
You good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. F of g of n means I'm plugging g of n into f. I'm plugging this in, literally plugging in whatever g of n is, which is this. I'm plugging that in for the n for f. So I'm going to start by writing f of x. F of n. I'm starting by writing f of so f of g of n equals, I'm going to write my f function, but instead of writing n, I'm going to use a parentheses here. And now I'm going to plug in g of n into there. And what is g of n?
Negative 4 minus 4.
Negative n minus 4. Yep. And now what do I do with this? Now what do I do with the 2? Distribute, good. So this equals -2n minus 8. And that's it.
Nice.
Same deal with this. I'm doing g of h of x, or h of n, g of h of n. So I'm plugging h of n into g of n. So as I start to write out g of n, I don't write the n's that I see. I put a parentheses there with lots of space so that I can plug in my h of n, which is n minus 1. And then I simplify it. Distribute the 2, 2n minus 2 plus 3. Add those together, I get 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1 is my answer. Okay.
Cool. I have 2 more on the other side.
Okay, let's do it.
And I mean, I
Some
have
more.
more. I didn't know if we'd have time to do them all.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so this one, let's see. I'm gonna clean this up just a little bit. Here's a trick. If you're on your computer, you can go to you can insert a rectangle. You see how there's a rectangle tool bar?
Whoa.
And you can make it white. So basically it just kind of clears it.
Okay.
It cleans it up for you, just so you
Yeah.
know. I've figured that out the other day. Actually, I've done it in the past, but I kind of forgot about it. Anyway, so for this one, number 11, what we're going to do is take g of a minus f of a. So g of a is -3a minus 3 minus, and notice I'm leaving parentheses, right? F of a is a squared plus 5. Now I have to distribute that negative in. Distributing that in gives me a negative and a negative. Both of those are negative. So I have, and now I'm going to clean it up. -a squared, that's the biggest exponent, right? Minus 3a. And then what happens with the -3 and the -5?
It's -8.
Perfect. Same deal, next one. I'm doing h of t minus g of t. And h of t is 2t plus 1 minus, use parentheses, g of t is 2t plus 2. Distribute the negative in. It changes all the signs. So the 2t's cancel out, and 1 minus 2 is -1. That's just -1. All the variables canceled out for that one.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I have more. And
Yeah, throw a couple more up there. Go for it.
Should probably review as much as I can. Jamboard. Camera. All right, they're on slide 1.
All right. So we have, I'm gonna put some white space here. It just looks easier. It looks nicer to write on white. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
That way I can use all the different colors.
You can't crop the image when you're on the iPad.
I know.
Like, I'm like, that's so dumb.
Well, you can't really crop it on the computer either, but on the computer, at least I can drag this, like put this white rectangle over it. You know what I'm saying? I can't crop it, but I can put the white rectangle over it if it's nice straight lines like that. Okay, so number 19, I'm plugging g of x into h of x. So g of x is 4x plus 1. I'm going to start writing out h of x, but I'm not going to write x. So it's something squared minus 2, and that something instead of x is going to be 4x plus 1, because that's what I'm doing. I'm plugging it in.
Mm-hmm.
So now cleaning that up, this equals 16x squared plus 8x plus 1 minus 2. Don't forget that you had to FOIL this out, right? That's how I got that middle term there. I know the shortcut, so if you don't know it, go look it up. And then those add up
I
together.
the shortcut, and now I use it all the time, and I'm actually good at it. So
good, awesome. That will make your life so much easier. There's your answer.
Before I would like write everything out, and then I was like, this is so annoying.
Yeah, it's just a formula to memorize, and once you do it enough, it's pretty easy. All right, number 20, we're doing g of t plus f of t. So g of t is 2t plus 5. F of t is plus, so plus negative t squared plus 5. So when I add them together, I get, putting them in order, degree, biggest degree to smallest, I get negative t squared plus 2t plus 10. Good.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is a little tricky. They're having us do g of f of another function, not of x. So we first have to plug negative 2 plus x into f, and then we have to plug that, whatever we get for that, into g. So it's a little crazy. So let's first do f of negative 2 plus x. That's going to be, I'm writing out my f function, but I'm not writing x, right? I'm just putting parentheses. And now I'm going to plug in, I'm going to color code that one too. I'm going to plug in negative 2 plus x. Negative 2 plus x goes in everywhere there was an x.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense? So this equals, simplifying it, this equals 4 minus 4x plus x squared plus minus 6 plus 3x. So that equals, simplifying it, x squared, I'm putting it in order, minus x minus 2. Unless I made a mistake, but I don't think I did. So that is what's going into G now. I'm plugging that, that's this, into G, right?
Yeah.
So G of that, basically now what I'm doing is I'm taking G of that, which equals, G is 2 times something minus 2. And that something, whoops, that something is x squared minus x minus 2. So now distribute that out. I'm running out of room. 2x squared minus 2x minus 4 minus 2. So simplifying that, it's 2x squared minus 2x minus 6. Unless I made a silly mistake somewhere. But I think that's right.
That seems about right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, 22, we're doing functional composition, same kind of deal. So I'm going to plug this thing into H. So that goes here. So I'll do it like this, negative 2 times negative 4 plus A minus 5. I'm plugging that in. And I get 8 minus 2A minus 5, which is minus 2A plus 3 when I simplify it. So that's H of that mess. So I want to find G of negative 2A plus 3. I'm plugging that into G now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means I'm plugging in, I'm writing 2 parentheses plus 2. So I just wrote this thing out, but left the a, and then I'm plugging that into here. Negative 2a plus 3. Distribute. I'm going to do this up here. So that's going to be negative 4a plus 6. You following me?
Yeah.
Plus 2, which is negative 4a plus 8. Did you do that or did I?
I did that. I accidentally hit my iPad.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I do something? Negative 4a plus 8, and there's your answer.
All right.
8.
Yeah.
All good?
Mhm.
Awesome.
So,
Good job. Keep practicing. You'll do great.
Yeah.
All you YouTube fans of mine out there, don't forget, subscribe. Ask questions if you have any. Actually, don't ask questions because I probably won't answer them. Instead, come sign up 204tutor.com, sign up for your own tutoring session. I'll get half-hour help for you